Oh no, we have to do a U-turn. Oh no, 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 no. What's up, homies, and welcome back to the channel. Boys, today we have got something that I'm sure a lot of you weren't expecting. But look at this, boys. Now, something interesting. Just a little side note. The bike that I wanted as my first bike, boys, was an Iron 883 Sportster. Now, this is an Iron, not an Iron. This is a 1200 Sportster. So it's almost the same bike. It looks very similar to the one that I wanted as my first bike. However, it's got a little bit more sauce. Obviously, 1200 versus 880, you know. So, yeah, boys, this is going to be an experience and a half. Now, I will not lie to you, boys. I did take it out just around the block because I had to make sure I could ride this thing because of those front placed foot pegs. Okay, boys, let me just make something clear first of all. This is literally my first time ever riding a Harley Davidson or cruiser of any sort. So boys, because I don't know too much about Harley Davidsons and cruisers and these sorts of bikes, I am going to review it, but at the same time it's also going to be a case of what is it like for a sport bike rider to get off of his naked or whatever it is and to get onto one of these things for the first time. But yeah, boys, this thing is absolutely clean. I love the paint job on it. It looks absolutely awesome. Modifications, boys, again, I don't know enough about these things to give you a list of those things, but I don't want to sit here and give you some sort of information and then it so happens to not be true. So I'm not going to do that. We're actually just going to jump right into it. There's not too much to say about it. As I said, because I don't know enough about these things to sit and yap, which is probably a good thing. Okay, so this thing does have an alarm. Whoop. No, I don't think we have to do. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice and easy. We are definitely going to be taking it slow today, boys. Like, I don't necessarily have to, but riding a bike like this for the first time it's something that's going to take a little while for me to get used to. Oof, and I'm struggling, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I am really struggling, especially with the position of these foot pegs, because my feet actually, I struggle to get my feet under there properly because of my short legs. Okay, so obviously, boys, the first thing that I do when I'm pulling away at a traffic light is try and put my foot over there, but it needs to go over there. If you think about it, boys, going from having your feet right here to then putting them up front, it changes the whole dynamic of riding. It's just, it's completely different. Obviously I've ridden all sorts of bikes, but one thing that stays kind of consistent throughout all of them is the positioning of the foot pegs. It's only on these Harleys and maybe the Sport Tourers that have these front, positioned foot pegs. Oh, don't stall, don't stall, don't stall. There's some of my brothers. And another thing, boys, it's definitely worth mentioning. I would happily sit in traffic with this thing, Like if I was on the 390 or the MT09 or one of the 1Ks, I would be going, yo, 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 yo. But on this thing, I'm quite happy to just do what I'm doing, Just enjoy the ride, man. Just enjoy the ride. And, people are like, oh, Harleys vibrate so much, this, that, and the other. And, I spoke to Nande who actually took it out. I think he might have taken it on the highway. But, he said it only really vibrates once you are, like, moving on it. And if you want to go fast, then don't get a Harley. Okay, listen, I'm not saying that Harleys are slow. I gotta be careful what I say, yeah? Gonna have some British coming after me. But, I'm not saying Harleys are slow. There's like the street glides. Those things are insane. I love those things. I saw a video this morning, actually. It was some sort of Harley. It took on Jigsaw 1K, bro, on a drag, like, I don't know, man. Those street glides, they can get pretty damn fast. This thingy, yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's the air intake cover or something. Um, yeah, I'm really just reaching, you know, when I say that, but that's the only thing that's vibrating that I'm noticing. Obviously the handlebars are vibrating a little bit, but it's not to the point where I'm like, ugh, you know. You know, people make it seem a lot worse than it actually is. Oh no, we have to do a U-turn. Oh no, 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 no. Maybe we won't. I think I might actually just I think I might actually just go there somewhere and turn around. Ah, yeah, that sounds like a better idea, bro. The next Harley, boys, we'll go a little bit, we'll be a little bit more ballsy, should I say. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I'm sure I can. Balls. I'm not, you know, like they can't differentiate between what balls I'm talking about. Could be talking about rugby balls or cricket balls. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, okay. I've seen so many dudes scraping pigs and then they just go flying. Let's open her up a bit. I think I just hit the... I think I accidentally redlined it. Yeah, I think I hit the limiter there by accident. Sorry. I'm a spoiled bike rider. I have to admit it. Like, obviously, you know, all the bikes that I've... Okay, my first bike was 2019. But the other two I've owned after that have been 09s. But, you know, those have a rev limiter. This bike is really nice to ride. It's very smooth and very, very comfortable. But would I use it as a daily? No, because it seems like a little bit of extra effort. Whereas if I was to go and get the likes of a 390 or an MT-07, that would be a much better daily. But if I was to go and, you know, ride to Joburg, oh, I could think of nothing better. Like, I'll do Joburg and back 6 times over on this thing, boys. In all honesty, boys, I don't actually like to go fast on the highways, especially on the triple. So the reason I find myself going fast is because the wind is annoying me, and then, you know, I just want to get the ride over and done with. So then I end up going fast. But if I was on something like this, it would be so much easier to actually just cruise and to just be safe. You know, I mean, I haven't lane split once. You know, I don't think I've done anything even questionable while riding this thing. They do a good job of promoting you to ride safely, or at least nudging you in the right direction to do so. You know, because you wouldn't catch me. I know there's that one dude on TikTok and Instagram who like lane splits between cars and he's like dancing and singing and like one-handing it. But yeah, you wouldn't catch me doing that on this thing, I'll tell you that much. There we go. It's a little bit difficult not knowing where your revs are because you don't know where the power is. Yeah, boys, we can't really give it ratings, but it's very comfortable. I like the brakes. The acceleration, you know, it's there. Not really enough for my liking. Looks, I love the look of this thing, boys. The power is a little bit too linear for me. You know, being a street bike rider, I like that acceleration. And then, you know, I don't mind if it dips off, but I like me a nice, you know, I like me some acceleration. So, you know, that's the only reason why I'm not crazy about it. Yes, I could do the backfires on this thing. I can't see out my mirror. This guy's just reversing in the middle of the road. You know, I probably should have asked where the indicators are before I got on this thing. I think this is the indicator. Is it? It is. Okay, but now how do I turn it off? Let's do this. What an experience. Oh, let's just find neutral here, boys. No. Come on. No. There we go. There you go, just locked itself. So obviously if you take the keys out and you move it, all the alarm will actually start going off, which is pretty cool, you know, especially in a place like this. Yeah, boys, all in all, I just, it was more of an experience, you know, definitely more of an experience than a review. You know, obviously I kind of gave you guys a perspective of what I was feeling and the things that I was noticing, but definitely more so an experience. And I'm just glad that I was able to capture it on film, you know, so that when I'm like 70 years old, if I make it to that age, I can be like, hey, come here, Jimmy, look at this, man. This is when I rode the Harley for the first time, man. But like, if I could, I would literally come back here and just ride this thing. I love it. I struggled with the indicators at first. Still don't know how they work, but yeah, boys, it was a good review. It was a good experience, should I say. It was a really good experience. And I couldn't be more grateful. Another complaint, no rev limiter. I don't know, again, I said, like I said, I'm a little bit of a spoiled rider, but a rev limiter would have been nice, just to, because then, it's much easier to tell where you're at in terms of power. Um, like going up that hill, I was like, okay, do I need a downshift? Do I need an upshift? I don't know. But, after riding the bike for a while, I'm sure you could, start to recognize the revs, and, you can kind of tell where the power is at and where it's going to be. But yeah, first time riding it, not knowing what to be listening out for, I did struggle not having, not being able to see where my revs are at. Mirrors, you just noticed that I had to like move my arm out of the way a little bit, but most bikes, that is the case. I mean, even on that thing, when I had mirrors on, I had to move my arms. Boys, as per usual, this video would not have been possible without the one and only Dewet&Bikes. Boys, we did a interview earlier, and we've come so far, not only the channel but also the vet. Boys, if you saw the first review that we did at the vet, you you would know, and you would be able to see how far he has come, and to be a part of that journey has been absolutely awesome. And now we're doing interviews, and it's just like, oh, the future excites me so much. So a huge thanks to the vet over there. If you did make it through to the end of the video, boys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.